Welcome back to the Southampton save. We are back to finish this fourth and final season, hoping to win as many trophies as we possibly can before we get there. We have top of the table Manchester City to start, then second place Chelsea and fifth place Everton today. So not gonna be that easy. Thrown into the mix as well is a Carabao Cup game at home against Manchester United, I was going to say, against West Ham United. So fingers crossed that should be doable with a sim and we can get ourselves some decent points in the Prem. I'm not sure what to do in the transfer window, quite frankly. We would probably like to upgrade on Ollie Watkins. It's probably the only area where we could look to do something else. Everyone else is good enough to be a backup, to be honest. So maybe we replace Ollie Watkins. Maybe with someone that's perhaps slightly older. We've got potential for someone like Jimenez, but I would probably rather use him in the Sheffield United save that's coming on the main channel soon. Rather than just like a 6-month spell here, we could probably use him for, 2 or 3 seasons at Sheffield United. So maybe some slightly older, more left field options for striker than the obvious go-to young players that grow really well. Let me know. And if you think there's another area of the squad that we could increase with depth, then do also give me a shout in the comments section. Financially, we've got plenty of money, and with more players leaving us in January as it begins, we're really not worried about finances whatsoever. What we are worried about is closing down the gap to Manchester City, and we can take it from 13 points to just 10 if we can beat them at St Mary's here. Manchester City have Edison in between the sticks. Riddler, Baku, Tomori, Diaz and Joao Cancelo, Barella, Rodri and De Bruyne, and then Domenico Berardi, Erling Haaland and Phil Foden. Still a fairly familiar Manchester City side in this fourth season, but some good signings, some not so obvious signings in there as well. City top of the table by a margin though, so evidently what they have done has worked. Free kick for City. Erling on it, weirdly. Sure they would prefer that he was in the middle. But I'm glad he was out there taking it, because A, he's not in the middle on the end of it, and B, he's not delivering it very well either. You'd imagine that De Bruyne would be the better man for that. Somehow that's not a foul on Scamacca. And now Erling's into the middle, and he scores a bloody goal! Right, okay, welcome back to Southampton. We're 1-0 down to Manchester City already. That's gone well. Good footwork from Ludovic. Gotten a move in real life, actually, Ludovic Blas. And looking like he's going to be decent in Ligue 1 again next season. Moved from Nantes to, I want to say Nice. But it might not be. He's definitely left Nantes, though, to go somewhere else. And nearly ran off the pitch there, Phil Foden. We nearly had an equaliser as well, but unfortunately, keeper made a good save from Emil Smith-Rowe. Rovella. Out wide to Sulemana. Scamacca is there in the middle. And Scamacca will be found. And his header is rubbish. Wide of the target. Had it confirmed by Twitch chat as well as we're streaming live that it was Stade Rennais that Blas went to, not Nice. My mistake. Around the corner. Tierney now around the side. Tuck it back. And here's Emil Smith-Rowe. I think that might have been his teammate in the bloody way. Ludovic Blas. Can Scamacca spin? Yeah, he can. Can he finish? Oh, nearly. Edison with a brilliant reaction save. Up towards the right-hand side. Can he do the same from the header? He doesn't have to. Tierney, maybe! Side netting and wide. Oh, and I can't get there. Having a little back heel. Oh, it's just so good from City. But Erling misses the target, brushing the side netting in a similar fashion to Kieran Tierney at the other end. It could have been 1-1. It could have been 2-0. Probably could have been 3 or 4-0 as well, given the ability of Manchester City going forward in this game so far. But only a single goal in it as we approach half-time. And there might not even be that as we get to half-time if Sulemana get the better of Joao Cancelo, which he has done. Ludovic Blas has Scamacca here around the corner, but Joao Cancelo is going to get the better of him. And it will be 1-0 Man City at half-time. Haaland out to Foden. Back to De Bruyne. That's a foul. I was hoping he'd stick a leg in and toe put the ball away as he challenged. He did not. Haaland on the free kick from here is an odd one again, but he's gone for it. Oh. I didn't know that Erling Haaland could take free kicks like that, did you? Now we know. Right. That'll be Manchester City winning this one then. He's the Premier League's top goal scorer. And, well, I think the replay will speak for itself. That is unbelievable from Erling Haaland. Top draw, top corner, top of the table. Tar? Well, I believe the word is gift. Thank you very much. That's one back for us then. I don't really know what happened there. I wasn't even paying that much attention. It just kind of ran into me. That is the least Ruben Dias thing to have ever happened in a game of FIFA. Lovely finish though. Berardi. That was just pinball. I didn't even see what was happening with the ball. Just heard it cannoning off everybody's shins. Oh my lord, we might be about to make it 2-2. Go on, Ludovic. We are as well. Manchester City have never had much luck against this Southampton side, and that continues. A 2-0 lead thrown away by the citizens, and we're level. Tierney with the throw. 5 minutes added on at the end here. 5? Where have they gotten that from? Conor Gallagher, Ludovic Blas. Skamaka's already had one gift of a goal. We can try and work in another one for him, then it'd be a hell of a way to win it. Ludovic Blas. Smith Rowe looking for Conor Gallagher, finding him, and Blas and Skamaka are here. And Smith Rowe still. What a save by Ederson in between the sticks. That is unbelievable. With practically the last kick of the game, we could actually have won it. That's the difference. Having a truly spectacular world-class goalkeeper is what makes the difference in so many instances at the very top end of elite competition. And with 24 shots in all told in the game, keepers at both ends were making top stops. The gap at the top to Manchester City remains 13 points for us here at Southampton, unfortunately. So I don't think we'll be winning the Premier League this year, but we're still in the hunt for every other trophy. And next up for us is West Ham in that Carabao Cup quarter-final. Right then, the one sim of the day. Pickford, Calabria, Nelson, Christensen, Edgar Mendy, Sotek and Rice in the midfield duo with Sarr, Openda and former Southampton man Nathan Tella on the left-hand side for West Ham United here. We're playing a full-strength 11 now that the Premier League looks destined to elude us this season. We may as well switch emphasis to all 3 cup competitions that we're involved in. Movement is good. And there's the goal. Ludovic Blas to give us a 1-0 lead. Skamaka playing against his former side, of course, as Taylor plays against his former side. But it's ourselves that take the early lead. Might take Skamaka off, actually, with the game. Oh, finish from Ludovic Blas. A second of the day. Well, now I definitely am taking Skamaka off. I was just saying, I might take Skamaka off for Ollie Watkins because of the game coming up soon against Chelsea. And, well, I think that's made that decision rather straightforward, don't you? 2-0 the advantage now in this cup quarter-final, and that will be us going through to the semis, I hope, anyway, unless West Ham get themselves one back here, in which case, maybe it's still up for grabs. Ismail Assar makes it 2-1 on the hour mark, and, well, now it still could go either way. 2 minutes and counting given away, 2 minutes added on, and by keeping possession and getting it down this end, I'm pretty confident then that is us through to the next round and the semi-final stage of the Carabao Cup, where unfortunately Preston won't be joining us. Manchester United get the better of them by a single goal to nil. Preston the only non-Premier League side left in the competition. So ourselves, Man United, and then 2 of Spurs, Everton, Manchester and Leicester City will join us in the semi-finals. We'll find out in due course who we get. Matches rescheduled, as you see there, so that will be those 2 semi-finals drawn. And who do we have? Please tell me it's Leicester. Oh, it's Man United. And guess who we've got in the FA Cup? Manchester United. So we're going to play them 4 fucking times in the month of January. Oh, joy of joys. I can't wait for that. Right, Everton next. Level on points with them. They've dropped off a little bit, actually. Lost maybe a couple of games in a row because they were in the... No, they were 5th, I think. Now they're down to 7th and we've gone above them. And, yep, still 13 points to City. Everton line up then with Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. Weigand, Tarkowski, Shutalo and Brandon Williams at fullback. Amadou Onana sat behind Daniel Vilan, James Garner, Djibril Sow and Rodri with Mohamed Bayo up top. Daniel obviously a Patreon player on the right hand side. We haven't encountered too many Patreon players in this save. We did more so in the RTG a little bit later on. We'll wait and see how things progress. More of you guys chose to be at a specific club rather than the whole free agent and move around within the save option that the majority of you took in the RTG. I'll be intrigued to see what you guys have decided you want with your characters and your players for the Sheffield United save that will come soon enough on the main channel. Ravella gets away from a challenge there. Dest will just fire this into Scamacca and I'll try and quickly get it to Conor Gallagher to give us a 1-0 lead, but can't find the pass. Still 0-0. Dest into Ravella. Tuck that back. And Scamacca around the corner. And in the middle there is Ludovic Blas. It's who it was intended for. Conor Gallagher's the one that has the effort. Has the keeper sprawling. But ultimately, former Chelsea man can't put it past. Former Chelsea man wide. Scamacca with a good touch. And through Emil Smith-Rowe. 1-0 to the Saints. Emil Smith-Rowe buries on his left-hand side. We have the advantage at Goodison Park. As you may well be able to tell, we are having some work done on the house at the minute, so apologies for bangs and whirs, but can't be avoided. Right, that's us 1-0 in front, though. The most important thing is that we still get the results, and so far, we are. Knock that back, work it around well, keep the ball moving at pace so that West Ham... Oh! So that Everton don't know where it's going at any given moment, and they really don't. Even we don't at times. Where it flies towards that top corner was looking like it was going to be a fantastic finish from Gianluca Scamacca, but unfortunately, back off the woodwork. No second goal for us to double the advantage. But that's what I mean about Scamacca being good in the build-up. There aren't many players that I could have in this side whose footwork would be that good at that moment in time. Ludovic Blas buries, and he's in great form for me today, Ludovic. We lead by 2 against Everton now. That's all about Scamacca's build-up play. On the line to Emil Smith-Rowe. And Conor Gallagher. You can see the possession stats top left. We're dominating them. We're all over them. And they just, quite simply, cannot cope here, Everton. It's a lovely ball to Serginho Dest, who's got Sulemana there in support. And at 88 rated, Sulemana really should have more of an impact. I'm not sure how many assists he's got. It's always hard to tell how much of an impact a player has on that side of things, considering you only really remember your goal scorers. But I'll have a look after this game to see what Sulemana's overall goal contribution is like. But at the minute, he's not scoring many goals, and he hasn't tended to in the past couple of seasons. He had a really good season, and then as he got on paper better, his end product, I think, got worse. But if he's setting just as many up as he used to score, then I don't know really, as I can complain that much, can I? We'll float it. Oh, and it might just reach him. Maybe if I'd whipped it, actually, it would have gotten there quicker, and he would have been in a great position. I'll take the free kick, please. Right, what can we do from here? Nicolo Ravella is on it. He's got great free kick accuracy. Not so good power, but we can do something about that, just manually ourselves. Let's try and find that top right-hand corner. Nicolo Ravella, 2.5, 2 3/4 bars of power! And that is perfection. The man that came into the starting lineup to replace James Ward-Prowse has done so in more ways than one. That is him scoring a fantastic free kick. There is more to Ravella's game than first meets the eye. Brilliant goal. Free kick for Everton. Rodri's going to deliver. It could be violent underneath this. It is. It's a brilliant save by Livakovic to deny the Swede the opportunity to give Everton a little bit of hope here, or at least a consolation goal. I just noticed the time on the clock. Well, we might add a fourth in the 94th, if I can time this pass right. Ha! We will! Oh, I timed the pass right. I just had a woeful shot. Well, you get to travel all the way back down to the south coast with all 3 points in the back pocket, those Saints fans. There's not many of them that have made the trip, but they'll be glad they did. That was a brilliant performance. Really pleased with that one. If we can replicate that against Chelsea, who just beat Liverpool, and City have dropped points again, so the gap will close on them at the top end of the table, then maybe there's the chance of a title challenge, although it is still 11 points. So probably not. Chelsea then, second in the table, chasing at the top. Robert Sanchez in goal for them. Esri Concert, Matthias Ginter in the middle of defence. Pedri and Kefren Thuram in the middle of midfield. Lautaro Martinez up top for them here with Noni Madueke, Kulusevski and Sterling. The forward three advanced midfielders. It's a pretty scary looking side for Chelsea, although a lowly rated 82. I still don't expect Robert Sanchez to be that easy to score against here in this game at Stamford Bridge. He might be lowly... Oh, hello. He might be lowly rated, but he's still a decent goalkeeper, and he's got the extra height to go in his favour as well. So even if you're not quite as good statistically, still, or technically, still just having a decent size to... Oh, take! Oh, that might just be the best goal we've ever scored. Genuinely might just be the best goal we've ever scored. The Scorpion first touch from Gianluca Scamacca to then first time volley it from there. That is world class. And hands down is the goal, the best goal of this save so far. I need to see that again. Oh my God. First touch and then wham. He's no right whatsoever to get that in from there. How the shit has he done that? Yeah, that's a bit good. That'll do. Hello, TikTok. Oh, it's nicely done. Kulisevsky. Oh, he's going for the power shot. Livakovic right behind it to stop the equaliser for Chelsea, but that was worth a go for Kulusevski. Even really had the space to get a bit closer to goal before trying it. And he may well have been able to score the goal if he'd done so. Now, trying to catch them from their own corner, but... Actually, I tell you what, if I can squeeze this through to Ludovic Blas, he's been the man on form today, hasn't he? He's only got Matthias Ginter with him, and Ludovic Blas is in and does make it 2 before half-time. Southampton lead at the double, and again, it's him. Possessi down the wing. His B-Tech default EA boots. Oh, that's a good save. Well, Robert Sanchez is up already. It's the 86th minute, and the keeper has come up to try and get involved in the game. I really don't think Chelsea are that desperate at this stage of the season, do you? It's like the last... What a run by Sulemana this is, by the way. It's like the last game of the calendar year. They really don't need to... Oh! Be sending Robert Sanchez up. He was back in his net by the time Ludovic Blas arrived. And he arrived in style. We have a third goal at Stamford Bridge, and this Southampton side are actually really starting to fire now. Took a little while to get back into the rhythm against City, but we're very much in our stride again now. Free kick for Chelsea, stoppage time. It will be the last action of the game, and I'm quite happy to just let them have a go. We win by 3-0 away from home, but this game, and ultimately this episode, is all about that Scamacca goal. Truly spectacular finish. Well, then we will watch it again. Unbelievable. Lovely first touch, and then on the volley. It's just unbelievable. I'm so pleased with that goal. Really, really top quality stuff. So, it's another victory for us. Keeps us motoring in the Premier League. Hopefully Manchester City drop points again around the New Year period. We'll find out if they do so or not momentarily. Some players departing, some more money added to our budget as we tick towards the game against Liverpool. Joe Aribo has now officially left the club, as have a number of others. Youth Scout report, hello Tony Garcia. £2.2 million, that's the best youth player we've had for quite a while in either save, I think. So very pleased with that. Anything from Saudi Arabia, we've had no luck from there so far with our youth scouting, and it appears that that is going to continue to be the case, unfortunately. And then who else was it? Mexico? No, it was New Zealand. And no dice there either. by the looks of things. Finley Guest might be alright-ish. We'll give him a look. Finley Guest, are you any good, sir? Finley Guest, even. No. Senor Garcia, though. Tony Garcia, 5'6", striker, centre forward. Acceleration is good. All of his other stats, physically, sorry, are just okay. And then, well, technically, he's pretty good everywhere, other than his tackling stats. So he could probably play out wide. He could probably play up top. Crossing is 60, finishing 69, and shot power 69 are his best technical stats. But at 5'6", is he a striker? I don't think so. His passing isn't great. It's one of his weaker technical stats. His crossing is okay. I think I'd like to develop him as a winger, actually. He's right-footed. Let's train him as a right winger. Will only take a couple of weeks. 3 in total. I just don't think at 5'6" he's really built for playing through the middle. We'll train him as a right winger, though, and he could be genuinely quite good in not too long a time frame. But we're into the January transfer window now, and I need you guys to tell me what the hell it is you want me to do with this team in the January transfer window. I have now, with those sales we've just made, £108 million. So, where do I spend it? You tell me, and then I shall do your bidding in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As ever, do make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more of this save. Make sure you check the channel page for any of the Formula 1 content you've missed. Drop this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.